Okay, people, I'm back again. This is Victor Mosley. I'm coming to you from my podcast Out in Black on my YouTube. This is my YouTube channel. Let's get started. I don't know if I'm getting good at that, but music is fantastic. Now, today we're going to discuss for my ninth episode of Out in Black. We're going to talk about the second taste that the human palate loves, being something that is sour, S-O-U-R, sour. The first thing that I want to discuss is the mental health of it. Now, mental health, why you see me dressed like this today is the field that I work in. It's the field that I will continue to work in. The field that I will continue to pepper throughout all my stories because it's important. Because somehow we've allowed the laymen or people who don't care about it or people who use mental health to their, let's say, destructive motives when it suits their needs or suits their purposes, and they speak as if they know what they're talking about, or they blame mental health on every crime in the book now, which is seen to be the popular thing to do. Blame mental health for it. Whatever happened, blame mental health for it. That's not realistic. Some things are just impulsive. Now, the sour has a real peculiar taste to it. It has things that activate other things inside our body. Now, I'm just listening to the crackling of the wind. We have some high wind events today. That's why I turned and looked at my front door. Now, outcomes is what we love to, let's say, direct our work in mental health toward the ultimate goal of outcomes. But I want to talk about some things about the people like me, people who have chosen to do this great work in mental health. Now, are we, let's say, elevated any more than any other career field? I wouldn't. I would not want that praise. You know why? Because the work does not deserve praise. The work deserves a setting that allows the people who actually care about other people to do their work. Now, it ranges from many different aspects of the human experience, whether it means it's stern, whether it is you can say it's harsh in its words. I'd say the words are truthful, but some people who are less minded, they say some words may be harsh in the wrong moment. I think words are truthful in any moment. The phraseology I look toward and what the phraseology I've used in mental health is applying some black folk sense to it. This is it. There are no off limits topics in therapy in mental health. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I'm applying some black folk sense to it. There are no off limits topics in therapy or mental health. If you read between the lines, I'm gonna say it to you right now. If you can't handle the work, please excuse yourself. I know when I was growing up, I had a lot of questions from my parents, and they acted as if when my questions were off limits. Did it stop me from wanting the answer to my questions? I got it then, or I got it when I became an adult, and I sought the answers. I got the answers. Don't tell me what's a subject is, or don't tell me my question does not deserve an answer. Either you can answer my question or say, well, I'm not strong enough to answer that question. Victor, can you ask someone else that question? I respect the hell out of you if you say it that. But don't tell me my question do not deserve an answer. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you some things that may stand in the way of people like me, some great women I've known in mental health, great nurses, great supervisors. And I'm gonna tell you about some bad supervisors, both male and female, in the work of mental health. I'm experienced some of the nurses that I work with. I mean, they rival the camaraderie we had, rival some of the best times I've had with my Army buddies in the Army, where we on deployment, where we looking out for each other, where we just having fun, no matter the danger of our lives being lost in combat. Of course, in combat, you do what you have to do, to defend yourself and your soldiers and everybody around you, defend the farm. But we've had some fantastic times in combat and in garrison. Garrison meaning back here at home in America. But I've enjoyed those nurses. I mean, the working together as much as I've enjoyed my battle buddies, my soldiers, my superiors in the Army. We looked out for each other. We corrected each other. We were there for each other. I thought I could never have that again, but I have that. I've had that again. I have that now in mental health. It is a field that could bring you great rewards. Now, of course, now there's a dark side to it. The dark side is that some of the times you're going to have supervisors who should not be supervisors. And I'm telling you, these are the director of nursing. I've had one male and one female. I'm going to just say it, both of them were white. The male, the short, little Napoleon type male, was worse than the female. I mean, and there was a recent event happened in Louisville. Of course, I don't live in Louisville, Kentucky, but there was a recent event happened in Louisville at Peace Hospital where the situation devolved into, let's say, the nurses and techs being harmed, or staff being harmed, patients being harmed. Now, I'm going to tell you that this is what I've learned. And I've learned it throughout my life, and I've developed it, and this is what I say to my coworkers. People, patients, staff, whoever, people are less likely to harm you if they feel they know you. If you never get out onto the unit and talk to the patients, if you never get out on the unit and talk to your coworkers about what your standards are, what you're here for, I mean, everybody has their issues at some point. I mean, you can tell if you're working with people, let's say you're working with people, slow down, Victor. You can tell if you're working with people and they show a reluctance to engage or interact with the patients. I usually talk to those co-workers of mine. I kind of get a feel about it. I mean, if you're trying to protect yourself, or you're trying to be as less involved, or you're trying to keep a distance between the two of you, this is not the work for you. And if you can't differentiate in your mind and mental health, being staff members, you can't differentiate your mind and mental health from the rules, from the boundaries. I'll say it another way. I'm going to put some black folk sense to it. Listen to me. In mental health, if you don't know who you are, mental health is not the place to find yourself. Do you understand? If you're looking for yourself in mental health, you probably want to find a different career. Mental health is not the place where you need to be unsure. So figure it out. Make a decision. But mental health is not the place where, if you are looking to find yourself, you don't know who you are already, put some black folk sense to it. Mental health is not the place to find yourself. Now, again, I'm going to close with this. Like I always tell people, and also in mental health, I mean, it would seem like there's no order or there's no decency, on the halls of each unit. But I always remind people, I don't care what you have to do, what percentage of order you have to reestablish or have to establish every day you show up to work on that hall, on that floor. I don't care if it's 0.01%, all the way up to 100%, which is, let's say, like the unicorn fantasy, probably. I don't mean to say that's not possible in humanity. Do not get me wrong. I mean, order needs to be established at some level in order for you to succeed in mental health. And that's the nature of being, confident in yourself. So again, whether order is established from 0.01% to 100%, which I believe is a unicorn fantasy until it is reached. But it is possible. So I never say nothing is impossible. Now, of course, to end it with the second thing of being sour. I mean, you're in that candy store now and you taste it sweet already. Now you taste it sour. We're going to get to the last one in my next video. I will hopefully see you then. Please view it. It's going to be great. So again, this is Victor Mosley, my podcast Out in Black. Please hit that subscribe button. Help me get this thing going so I can bring all my stories to you, the black experience, to tell black stories, genuine black stories. Thank you.